right, y'all. Today I want to talk about storage of your HO slot cars. And a change that I hadn't really realized had happened is the original boxes, my tried and true ones that I used to buy all the time, are no longer available at Walmart. And I've been collecting slot cars for a very long time. And for a long time, I bought the same exact boxes. And then I was trying to remember the last time I bought one of these boxes. And when I first got these boxes from Walmart, they had these kind of blue labels on here that are a real pain in the butt to get the stickers off, and especially on the large one. And I used to complain that it was so aggravating and wish that somebody made some with the easier to take off stickers or just stick a piece of paper in there. And that wish came true, but then you got to be careful what you wish for, because you might get exactly what you want, but not exactly what you want. And what I mean by that is the small storage boxes always used for tires, or these are actually mediums, but I use them for tires, pickups, parts, keep them separate, Tyco, AFX, Ideal, whatever, right? And these ones have a blue hinge that's kind of a pain. You see the hinge falls right back down. You go to lift the lid, and that used to aggravate me. Well, I wish they still existed so they could aggravate me in the future, because that aggravation ain't that horrible, really. But I'll show you. So this is a Walmart former large ones made by Hillman, which that company's still in business. But if you go to the Walmart site, they're not there. And they used to always be in the hardware department. They're there, but it just says out of stock. And I haven't seen them in quite some time. I've been checking several Walmarts, and it ain't happening. So I was like, well, a lot of companies make the 14-inch box, and they're all the same, right? No, they ain't the same. And the reason that I was sticking with these is because of the spacing. You could put these dividers in here, right, to where the cars don't have a lot of slack, right? And you had some vertical ones here that wasted a little bit of space, but they ain't too bad. So you could get, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, about 14 cars in one of these boxes. And that's the original ones that were a pain to take the sticker off of, that I used to complain about, but I would not complain if I could find them again. And the reason for that is, so I discovered some at Harbor Freight. They're like $4 or $5. These are all about the same price, no matter which ones you get. And I thought, okay, cool. There's plenty of those that are easy to find. Those hinges are not a pain. They don't fall back down, but they are integrated. And if any of y'all had any of these cases and you opened them many, many times, these hinges are eventually going to fall off. And the spacing's wrong. You put the divider in here where the first option is. It's not big enough for a car to be in. So you'd have to go to the third one over, and that's a car and a half, and then a bunch of wasting space. So you can go to the middle, and then you can get 2 cars in there. But then your little bank, not that I'm going to throw these boxes around, but I just kind of didn't like that idea. All the trays are parallel to each other, and you get the weird ones here where you can't really fit nothing. But so that's the Harbor Freight one, which I would not recommend, although I did buy some, and they're a pain to close these latches, right? The things move, you hit it, and it's like banging it. So Harbor Freight, not a good option. Harbor Freight spacings is good for trucks, though, that double extra long. So I might put a few trucks in there because I don't open them as often. And then my buddy Don found at Walmart these ones. They kind of look like the original ones. The sticker was not hard to peel off. They're made by Flambeau. They were in the fishing tackle area, right? So they have the blue hinges. that right now they hold up pretty good, but after you work them quite a while, they'll be just like them other ones, but less aggravating now that I know that fixed hinges would be worse. They looked like they had better spacing, but they didn't really. They're almost the same. They won't fit a car at the 2 mark or the 3. The 3, they're going to be too long. Then you're going to have another oddball space in there. But you can work with them. Same deal. I mean, you could do some oddball. It'd be good. These would definitely, they're good for trucks. And then today I found in the fishing tackle area, Plano, right? Which is a brand that is near and dear to my heart because Plano, Texas was just down the road from where I grew up in Oklahoma and very common in my neighborhood. And these spacings are closer. So we're back to almost the original spacing. I could put a car in there and and of course they all come with the multiple ones. And this one has vertical ones here. And the only difference I see is they don't have that inlet where your finger grip is. So these are actually more efficient on the vertical openings, right? Again, they're a weird length, but better. So I'm thinking these are the new winners. It's got a small sticker that's probably easy to peel off, right? Like I said, these Walmart original stickers were horrific. You got a clear one that will peel off, and then you got all this left. You got to goo gone and scrape it off. So it was a lot of effort. Probably not worth the effort. So like I said, here's your dividers for the Planos that have your vertical ones right here to space those out. So if you're collecting a bunch of cars, right, and I've been buying a lot of Auto Worlds lately at Hobby Lobby because they're available and they're very reasonable at $20. I don't see how anybody can complain. Yeah, you might get a bad one now and then, but you can get a bad AFX Mega G Plus, my least favorite chassis. I own 2 of those and I wouldn't buy any more. I'm not a fan. They require a larger controller, and I want the cars that'll work with the broadest spectrum of track and controllers without having to swap controllers every time. Those 120 ohm controllers, never like them. I like the original Aurora, and I cut the cords and put the plugs on that I want or hardwire them. So that's the deal with that. So if you're looking for a good source and you want to save some headache, remember, Flambeaus, you won't get individual spacing as good as the Planos. And this is the box. Let me show you up close. They only had 2. I would have bought more. And I'll be looking every time. They got these red hinges. And they got a detent, so maybe they won't wear out as bad as the blue ones. But like I say, over time, that's less of an aggravation to me. But they don't have that big handle area, wasting some of the interior space. So it might wind up being more efficient. I don't know. I won't know until I fill one, and that'll probably be here shortly. I got a bunch of those Auto Worlds that I got the other day to populate this box. So that's it. I just want to do a quick thing on slot car storage. Hopefully it helps some of y'all out.